So in previous few lecture, we has been discuss the crystal field splitting of d orbitals in various types of the complexes, in octahedral complexes, in tetrahedral complexes, in square planar complexes. Now let us going to discuss the effects of crystal field splitting. We know that the d orbitals are splitted in the two groups in octahedral complex. In tetrahedral complex also they are splitted into the two groups. In square planar complex, uh, the d orbitals are splitted into the four energy levels. Now, what is the effect of crystal field splitting? The effects of crystal field splitting are observed on many properties of transition metal complexes. The properties of the transition metal complexes can be changed due to the crystal field splitting. So how there is a change in the properties of the transition metal complexes? That can be explained on the basis of the crystal field splitting. Because we know that in transition metal complexes, the d orbitals of the metal are splitted. So the properties of transition metal complexes are also changes. So which properties are going to change? First, it is ionic radii. Second, it is hydration energies. Third, it is lattice energies. Fourth one, it is color property of the transition metal complexes. Magnetic properties. Okay, these properties can be changed. And the change in the properties can be explained on the basis of the effects of crystal field splitting. So let us going to explain the first property, ionic radii. What is ionic radii? Ionic radii, it is the distance between the metal, distance between the nucleus and outermost electron. Let us take the example of Fe2 plus ion. Fe2 plus ion, you can see here. So Fe2 plus ion, we know that electronic configuration of Fe2 plus ion. Okay, electronic configuration of the Fe2 plus ion, it is 3d6 4h0. 3d6 4s0. So in the valence shell there are 6 electrons. In the valence shell there are 6 electrons. So first, second, third and fourth. In the fourth energy level there are 6 electrons here. There are 6 electrons here. Okay. First is having 2 electron, third is having 8 electrons, and third is having 18 electrons. Okay. Sorry, 8 electrons. 8 plus 8, 6. 8 plus 8, 16 plus 2, 18. 16 plus 2, 18, and remaining 6. Because there are 24 electrons here. So this distance between the nucleus and this valence electron, it is called as ionic radius. Okay. So how this ionic radii will be changed due to the crystal field splitting? Let us see. Now in a transition metal series, with the increase in the nuclear charge, why the nuclear charge will be increases? Because the protons are added into the nucleus. The protons are added into the nucleus and electrons are added into the energy levels. So the nuclear charge will be increases. Okay, the nuclear charge will be increases. But the ionic radii of the metal ions are expected to steadily decrease from scandium 2 plus to zinc 2 plus. This is the first transition series. Let us show this on the another screen. How there is a decrease in the ionic radii from scandium 2 plus to zinc 2 plus. In case of the scandium, the number of electrons in the d orbital, it is only one, d1 configuration, and here d10 configuration. Okay, so ionic radii, it is steadily going to be decreasing. In the first transition series, belongs to the fourth period, and we know that in a period, atomic radius or ionic radius goes on steadily decreasing. In any period, this is observed, and this is also the trend of the group, trend of the period, because as the nuclear charge will be increases, and as the electrons are added into the same energy level, the addition of the electron, it is takes place into the same cell. Okay, the addition of the electron, it is takes place into the same cell. See now, for scandium, first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, the addition of the electron, it is takes place into the fourth cell here. Okay, so there is one electron here, one electron. In the next element, after scandium, titanium, 2 electrons are there. Vanadium, 3 electrons are there. For last element, zinc 2 plus ion, 10 electrons are there. So nuclear charge will be increases in the nucleus, and electrons are added into the same cell. So effective nuclear charge will be increases, and attraction between the nucleus and the valence electrons will be increases. So therefore, these electrons are attracted towards the nucleus, and that's why there will be steadily decrease in the ionic radius from scandium to Zn2 plus. It means that the ionic radius of the scandium 2 plus will be higher and Zn2 plus will be lower. Suppose if we are plotting the graph of, if we plot the graph of ionic radii of these elements, ionic radii of these elements from scandium to Zn2 plus, last element. So what is the nature of the graph? The ionic radii, it is steadily decreases. Steadily decrease in the ionic radii. Okay. And this steadily decrease in the ionic radii because of due to the addition of the electron into the same energy level. And nuclear charge will be increases. And that nuclear charge, due to that nuclear charge, these electrons are attracted to the nucleus. Okay, so this is clear now. The ionic radii being goes on decreasing from scandium to Zn2 plus ion in a transition metal ions. Okay, so let us see now. So among the transition metal ions, with the increase in the nuclear charge, ionic radii of the metal ions are expected to steadily decrease. This is known to us. Expected to steadily decrease. This information is having to us, but the variation in their size is not regular, and an unusual curve is observed. Unusual curve is observed when ionic radii are plotted against number of d electrons. What is the expectation? The ionic radii should have decreases steadily from scandium to Zn2 plus ion. But the variation in their size is not regular. Regular means the decrease in the ionic radii from scandium to Zn2 plus is not regular, and an unusual curve is observed when ionic radii are plotted against the number of d electrons. This unexpected nature of the curve can be attributed, can be related due to the crystal field effect. And that's why we are going to discuss here the effects of the crystal field splitting on ionic radii. So let us see this graph now. The effect of the crystal field splitting on the ionic radii. So this graph is very important, graph of ionic radii versus the transition metal ions from scandium 2 plus to Zn 2 plus. So you can see here dotted line first. This is the usual order of decrease in ionic radii. Usual order of decrease in ionic radii, that is known to us. Actually, this is expected here. Ionic radii should decrease from scandium 2 plus to Zn 2 plus, last element. But there is an unusual curve is observed here. This decrease is not as like of this. And these are the experimental values of the ionic radii. When we plot the graph of ionic radii versus the number of the d electrons, Now here, in case of the scandium 2 plus, we know that it is having electronic configuration 3d1, 1 electron, titanium 3d2, and zinc 3d10. So these are the number of the electrons. And this is for calcium 2 plus. Actually, it is not a transition element, but it is having 3d0 configuration. No electrons into the d orbital. So expected that there is a decrease in the ionic radii from scandium 2 plus, to Zn 2 plus. But you can see here, the decrease in the ionic radii will be up to the vanadium 2 plus, this. Later on it will be going to be increases up to this manganese 2 plus. Then again it is going to be decreases up to nickel 2 plus. See now here, the second graph, this shows that from scandium to vanadium 2 plus, it is decreases. Okay, the ionic radii, it is going to be decreasing. And from vanadium 2 plus to this manganese 2 plus, observe this graph, it is increases slightly. Okay, and from vanadium to nickel 2 plus, it is decreases once again. And from nickel 2 plus to Zn 2 plus, it is increases. So what is the reason of this? Why this variation is observed? Why this variation is observed? It is important here to understand. So you can see here this graph, ionic radii of the divalent metal ions from calcium 2 plus to Zn 2 plus, and the number of the d electrons from d0 to d10 configuration. So why this variation is observed? So this variation can be explained on the basis of the crystal field effect. On the basis of the crystal field effect. Let us see that now. In octahedral complexes, we know that crystal field splitting takes place. The metal d electrons first occupy the T2g orbitals. In octahedral complex, the metal d electrons first occupy the T2g orbitals. Okay, and we know that T2g orbitals are not in the direction of the ligands. Okay, T2g orbitals means dxy, dz and dxz orbital. They are not coming in the direction of the ligands. As these orbitals are not directly in the path of the ligands can move closer to the metal ion. Okay, hence radii of metal ions are expected to decrease up to T2g3. The radii of the metal ions as expected to decrease up to T2g3 whenever the electrons are entered into the T2g orbital, but T2g orbitals are not lies in the direction of the ligands, or up to T2g6 in case of strong ligands. Okay, in case of weak ligand, up to T2g3, and in case of the strong ligand, it is up to the T2g6. But when the electrons entered into the EG level, after T2g3, the electrons are entered into the EG level. We know that in high spin complexes, the electrons are entered into the Eg level. So as Eg orbitals are in the direction of the ligands. In octahedral complexes, we know that Eg orbitals are coming in the direction of the ligands due to mutual repulsions. Due to mutual repulsions. When the electrons will be entered into the Eg orbitals, so due to mutual repulsions, radii of metal ions start increasing. Okay. After that, when the electrons are entered into the Eg orbitals, repulsion will be expressed there because Eg orbitals are coming in the direction of the ligands. And repulsion between the electron will be expressed. And due to that repulsion, the ligands are moving away from the central metal. So radii of metal ions starts increasing. These effects cause humps on the curve. Humps means as like of this. This is called as humps. It is decreases, increases. Okay. So this causes humps in the curve. So let us going to be explained particularly from calcium 2 plus to Zn2 plus. How it is observed there. Okay. So let us take the another screen here to explain this. What is the effect of the crystal pill splitting? Okay. So in the octahedral complex. So draw here the structure of the octahedral complex. Metal 2 plus. Now here ligands are along Z axis. It is along X and Y axis. Okay. You can see here. So this is supposed to be X axis. This is supposed to be Y axis. And it is a Z axis. This is the octahedral complex. Now, whenever the electrons are there in the T2g orbital up to T2g3. See now, let us take the example of the complex. Scandium S2O6 2 plus. Okay. Now, right here the electronic configuration of the scandium 2 plus, it is 3d1. Only one electron is there. In terms of T2g and Eg, we can write the electronic configuration as like of this. T2g 1, Eg 0. In this complex, or we can show this in this way also. Due to the crystal pill splitting, the d orbitals are splitted into the two groups. D orbitals are splitted into the two groups. You can see here. So that one electron will be goes into the T2g orbital. Of course, it will be goes into the lower energy orbital. Okay. In CFSC, we find out this. In CFSC, we find out this. Okay. No electron into the Eg orbital. Okay. So electrons are present into the T2g orbital. And we know that T2g orbitals are in between the axis dxy, dyz and dxz. Let us show here orbital also. Dx square minus y square orbital and dz square orbital. That is Eg orbitals. We are discussing here what is the effect of the crystal pill splitting on the ionic radii. How the ionic radii will be increases or decreases. How there is a variation in the ionic radii is observed. Particularly in the transition metal ions, in the complexes, in octahedral complexes. So for 3d1 configuration, electron will be entered into the T2g orbital. But T2g orbital, where are the T2g orbital? See here. They are in between the axis. Okay. These are the T2g orbitals. And these are the Eg orbitals. And Eg orbitals are lies in the direction of the ligands. See here. Ligands are moving towards the central metal ion. So up to T2g3, you can see here, up to T2g3. For which element? Vanadium. Up to T2g3, vanadium S2O6. The corresponding complex, that is vanadium 2 plus. It is having the electronic configuration 3d3. Okay. So due to the splitting now, 3 electrons will be goes into the T2g orbital, no electron into the Eg orbital. So up to T2g3, there is a decrease in the ionic radii. There is a decrease in the ionic radii. In that graph we have shown here. Okay. We can plot the graph this. First of all, this dotted line, it is for only the metal ions. But in case of the complexes, this ionic radii will be goes on decreasing up to vanadium 2 plus. Suppose that here vanadium 2 plus. Okay. Scandium, titanium, vanadium. Titanium is here, vanadium is here. And later on it will be increasing. Okay. Later on it will be increasing. For this is chromium 2 plus here. This is manganese 2 plus here. So why later on it will be increasing? Because electrons are entered into the Eg orbital. See now, next for chromium. Chromium 2 plus. What is the electronic configuration? 3d4. 4 electrons are now here. And in the high spin complex, when the weak ligands are there, that electron will be entered into the T2g Eg orbital now. Now electron density will be here in the Eg orbital. There is a electron density in the Eg orbital. One electron is here, but electron density is here. Now, therefore, repulsion between these Eg electrons and these ligands will be takes place. And these ligands will move away from the central metal. And this radius will be increases. The ionic radius is expected to increases there because electrons are entered into the Eg orbital. So you can see some increase in the ionic radii for this chromium. Later on, manganese 2 plus, electronic configuration 3d5. So 2 electrons now into the Eg orbital. In case of the manganese, 2 electrons are there. So electron density will be increases here. So what I would like to say here, as the electrons are there in the Eg orbitals, the ionic radii is expected to increase. Okay. But whenever there is no electrons into the Eg orbital, when the electrons are in the T2g orbital, for scandium 2 plus, titanium 2 plus, electrons are into the only T2g orbital. T2g orbitals are not lies in the direction of the ligands. Okay. So no question will be arising in the increase in the ionic radii. That ionic radii is goes on decreasing here. That ionic radii is goes on decreasing here. The ligands are moves closely toward the central metal ion. Okay. Therefore, decrease in the ionic radii is there. But whenever the electrons are entered into the Eg orbital, there will be increase in the ionic radii is here. So understanding should be very, very important here. What is expectation? Expectation is that ionic radii should be decreases from scandium to Zn2 plus, last element, in case of the transition metal ions. But when we consider the crystal field splitting in the octahedral complexes, when we consider the bonding between the metal and the ligand in octahedral complexes, when we consider the effect of the ligand on the d orbitals of the central metal ion in the octahedral complexes, so it is clear that when the electrons are present into the T2g orbital, there is decrease in the ionic radii, and when the electrons are entered into the Eg orbital, repulsion will be takes place here between the ligand and these electrons, and therefore this bond length, this distance will be increases here. So this graph shows increase in the ionic radii here up to manganese. After manganese, the next element it is iron, Fe2 plus, ferrous iron. It is having the electronic configuration 3d6. Now 6 electrons are here. 6 electrons are here. Let us show the distribution of the electrons. So 6 electron will be goes the 6th electron will be goes into the T2g orbital. From iron, the electron will be goes into the T2g orbital. So as the electron goes into the T2G orbital, there will be the decrease in the ionic radii. So see here, there is a decrease in the ionic radii because electrons are entered into the T2G orbital here. Next element it is cobalt. So in case of the cobalt, you can see Fe2 plus 3d7. So that electron, seventh electron will be goes into the T2G orbital. Next it is, sorry, this is cobalt. Then nickel 2 plus, electronic configuration 3d8. So 8th electron will be entered into the T2G orbital. Pairing will be takes place here. So for nickel 2 plus also, the electron should be into the T2G orbital. So this is for Fe2 plus, this is for cobalt 2 plus. Suppose that this is for nickel 2 plus. Later on, it will be goes on increasing for copper 2 plus and Zn2 plus, because electrons are entered into the Eg orbital. Copper 3d9, zinc 3d10. So it is clear from this that when the electrons are entered into the Eg orbital, there will be increase in the ionic radii because repulsion will be takes place there. The ligands are lies in the direction of these orbitals. So the distance between the metal and the ligand will be increases. So see here, the ionic radii of the elements from calcium 2 plus to Zn2 plus are expected to decrease due to the increase in the nuclear charge. Okay, smooth decrease is there. We have shown that in the graph. Okay, you can see here this graph. Expected to decrease here. But in case of the octahedral complexes, the effect of the crystal piece splitting is takes place here. Electrons are entered into the T2G orbital. T2G1 for scandium 2 plus, T2G2 for titanium 2 plus, T2G3 for vanadium 2 plus. There is a decrease in the ionic radii because electrons are entered into the T2G orbital, and T2G orbitals are not lies in the direction of the ligands. But whenever the electrons are entered into the Eg orbital, there should be increase in the ionic radii because repulsion between the electron and ligand will be takes place. So due to that repulsion, the distance between the metal and the ligand will be increases, and that increase up to the manganese 2 plus. Later on again, the electrons are entered into the T2G orbital up to nickel 2 plus 3d8 configuration here. 8 electrons are here. Okay. So it is going to be decreasing here. Again for copper 2 plus, electron goes into the Eg orbital. For zinc 2 plus, electron goes into the Eg orbital. So this variation in the ionic radii is observed here because of due to the crystal piece splitting. Okay. So you can see here only for calcium 2 plus, manganese 2 plus and zinc 2 plus the radii are expected as expected. But for other ions there is a variation. How it will be? See, only for calcium 2 plus, see, it is on the straight line. Manganese 2 plus, it is onto the straight line. Zinc 2 plus, it is onto the straight line. But for other metal ions, it is below the straight line. It is below the straight line. Okay. This is because of due to the crystal field stabilization energy. So particularly in the high spin complexes from calcium 2 plus to vanadium 2 plus, D0 to D3, as electrons are entered only the T2G level, ligands move closer to the metal. I already told you. When the electrons are entered into the T2G level, ligands move closer to the metal and their ionic radii gradually decrease. We have shown in the graph. So from chromium 2 plus to manganese 2 plus, electrons now entered into the Eg orbital, D4, D5. Electrons entered into the Eg orbital and their size will be increases because repulsion will be increases. So the same trend is observed in the second half elements from manganese 2 plus to nickel 2 plus. Ionic radii expected to decrease and later on it will be increases. So understanding of this graph is very important here. From manganese 2 plus, to the nickel 2 plus, the ionic radii is expected to it is decreases here. Later on it will be increases. This is the experimental observation, not theoretical observation. This is theoretical, dotted line. But experimental data shows that there is a humps in the curve. Doubly humped curve is obtained here. Two humps. Humps means variation. So doubly humped curve is observed here. So this is because of due to the crystal field splitting in the octahedral complexes and particularly in the high spin complexes. High spin complexes means whenever there is a maximum number of the unpaired electrons are there, that complexes are called as high spin complexes. So this variation is observed. This variation is observed. Okay, so try to understand about this. This variation is observed there in case of the high spin complexes.